Hey, welcome to the weekly channel messages. It's Danny Simone, aka the Mystic Model, coming to you with the vibes for this upcoming week. We're going to see what's going on. This is a general collective reading, so keep in mind, take the messages that apply, leave the ones that do not. Go ahead, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I don't know why you haven't. Maybe you're new, that's fine. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. So for those of you that are coming back, welcome back. All right, we got the Two of Pentacles popping out here. Some of you, this is going to be a busy week. All right, we're juggling quite a bit. You got different responsibilities that are on your plate here. For some of you, you may be balancing multiple jobs. Maybe you've got your 9 to 5 and then you got your side hustle, you know, things of that nature. This is also for me like the work-life balance as it pertains to maybe more modern times as well. And it's kind of a big focus, you know, for a lot of people in trying to find that sweet spot. All right. So finding the sweet spot, I feel like that's kind of the theme here in this upcoming week. So we're going to be taking a look into what's coming up April 17th through April the 23rd. We just got cards popping out. They ready, they spicy, they like, hey, pull me. So we got Temperance, and that's so funny. Before I even sat down to do this reading, I was thinking about this card for some reason, and I was like, I have a feeling like maybe it's gonna come up in the reading. So here it is. Temperance is about healing. It's about balancing things out, you know, kind of getting things back into that equilibrium. It's a similar motion that we see taking place between the Pentacles that's happening here with the Cups, all right? So the Pentacles refers to our material world, right? So it's like our everyday lives, the work we do to make money and all of that stuff. Whereas Temperance is more so about your spiritual life, okay? Your emotional life, especially with the Cups that the angel is holding here. So for some of you, there needs to be a balance here, possibly between the material things and, you know, all of your aspirations. I just saw 222 on the timer there. 2 is all about partnership. So I'm getting for some of you, there does need to be a balance between your work life, your grind, and your social life here, okay? You know, you don't necessarily have to be in a relationship per se. You have other relationships. That's why I really don't like when people like just refer to romantic relationships as relationships and like everything else is like this other kind of something else of its own. They're all relationships, okay? So I'm getting for some of you, you're needing to nurture the health of your relationships. We have the 5 of Pentacles here. There may be an element of you feeling left out for whatever reason, or some of you may just be going through a time where things are financially tight and it's like, I really can't socialize as much as I would really like to because I'm feeling a little restricted or limited as it pertains to my finances. For some of you, this isn't about finances. This is about you feeling good enough to connect with others, feeling like other people would actually want to be around you, because why wouldn't they? Especially if you're coming through as the Page of Cups, which the Page of Cups is super sweet and friendly and caring, and you know, they're very different as well. I'm getting someone with a bit of an eccentric or ethereal vibe about them. So that might be you, right? Especially, I feel like a lot of people that honestly watch tarot readings are super like spiritual and kind of, you know, into stuff like that. So there may be times where you feel disconnected, okay, when it comes to your social life, when it comes to your relationships. Maybe you feel like, I don't really relate to other people. I don't feel like I'm really connecting with other people. I see your angels are definitely bringing, your angels, ancestors come through, are definitely bringing you and someone together here, okay? It could be a Page of Cups, possibly a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But it doesn't have to be, okay? It could be any new connection for some that is coming in. For others of you, we'll get some more cards here. I'm possibly seeing with the 5 of Pentacles, healing that is taking place within a connection, maybe within a relationship that you felt rejected in, or you were feeling kind of like I don't know, isolated. Maybe it was triggering your abandonment wound. Some of you, this Two of Pentacles is your emotional state, is what I'm getting. Might be up and down, kind of in flux, quite maybe recently. You know, it doesn't have to be an all the time thing, but it's been in flux here as of late. Sometimes that Page of Cups can be someone wanting to come through with an apology. I'm sorry. I want to make things right, you know? Let's start over. Let's heal this. Let's work on this. Okay, so that could be coming in for some. Hello. We're shifting into Mercury retrograde. Is that this week? Let me pull up my charts here. April 21st, yes. Okay, so on April the 21st, we've got Mercury going retrograde for a few weeks. So get ready for people from the past to kind of return, a blast from the past for sure with that Five of Pentacles. This may even be someone that you were having a hard time kind of weighing, like, you know, should I keep them in my life? Should I not? I saw 6 minutes and 6 seconds on the screen, so 66 may be an angel number. For some of you, this person that may be re-entering your life could have led you into a deep healing phase here with the Temperance card as well, is what I'm getting. Ooh, okay, come on. Some of you are lacking on your ancestral offerings, and if you've been struggling financially, that's why, okay? If your business has been slowing down, money has been drying up, if you lost a job here recently, and I'm not saying it's your fault at all, because things very much, they happen and they're not always in our control, regardless of if our ancestors are involved or not, okay? But I'm getting that some of you are needing to like feed your ancestors. You need to give them some sort of offering, maybe a libation. It could be something as simple as a fresh glass of water. It doesn't have to be complicated. Or their favorite drink, you know, if they like to sip on a little something, give them that. This Fool has been popping out for the longest. I think between Pisces and Aries season, it's just like, hello, here I am, new beginnings. So yes, there's new beginnings coming through, and we have the Eight of Cups. I think this might have come up in last week's reading. You need to, okay, some of you are not getting the message, and that's why we keep having repeating cards. So I don't want to hear anything in the comments like, girl, it's the same cards. Well, somebody in this motherfucker, it might not be you, but somebody in this motherfucker is not getting the message, okay? It's time to move on. It's time to, I heard, hit the reset button. Okay, like a video game, reset. Let's start over again. Okay, so some of you, you are leaving something behind. We've been picking up on this heavy energy of moving, relocating, whether it's a new job, a new home, you know, leaving a relationship or something like that. Maybe that's why this Eight of Cups is coming up, because of the full moon in Libra, which will be next week, okay? So not this week's reading. Well, actually, no, not next week either. I think the following. So, yeah, that would make sense. Not next week, but the following week on, let's see, May 5th, okay? We have the full moon. So between now and the full moon on May 5th, some of you, come on, like this is the portal for some of you to get to where you really want to go, but you keep half-stepping, half-assing with some situation here where you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, Two of Pentacles. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Even in the Temperance card, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You got to stop that. Stop that. For some of you, this is 1 foot in, 1 foot out when it comes to your dreams and feeling good enough and feeling worthy enough for them. Five of Pentacles. This Page of Cups is you breathing new life into your dream, reviving your dream, nurturing your dream, pouring into your dream. For some of you, this is a dream you've had since your childhood with that page energy there. For some of you, this is a revival of your faith and your hope that is taking place, that yes, there is something better out there for me. And yes, I can trust that, maybe something doesn't feel right here. It doesn't feel good enough. It feels off, you know, whatever the case may be. And I can trust that, and I can lean into that, and I can let that guide me. And I know that it's going to lead me, maybe, yes, to some uncertain places, some new places. I'm out here going into uncharted territory is what's taking place here with the 8 of Cups. But I'm trusting my God, yes, my ancestors, my angels, yes, to guide me, to protect me, to take me where I need to go, where I am divinely appointed to be. I'm hearing you're late for your appointment. You're late for your appointment. You were supposed to be there, and for a lot of you, it's exactly where the fuck you want to be. Excuse my language, but you have got to move on from something. This full energy, it has popped up like in the last at least like 2 or 3 readings, okay? Like, come on now. It's time. You know, for some of you, this is the healing that you need to do so you can catch up to, you know, the manifestations that is like, okay, we've been waiting on you though. You're the one that's not energetically aligned here. Some of you need to ask, yes, okay, so with your libations, you're needing to ask your angels, some of you, whatever you resonate with, okay? Not everybody is into the ancestral thing, cool, whatever. You know, maybe you're into angels, archangels, you know, or spirit guides, or, you know, just your connection with God, whatever, okay? But some of you are needing to ask for that divine healing, temperance. You need that divine healing. And you need it on a heart level. It's in your heart, Page of Cups. That for some of you is also affecting the kind of money like that you're making. You're not making the money that you want to be making. And you think that you can resolve it through action and just willpower and just pure dedication and discipline. And let me just put in the work and da-da-da-da. Something in your heart. It's something in your heart. Especially for those of you that feel like you're on the outside, 5 of Pentacles, that you're misunderstood, no one gets you, you don't fit in, you don't belong. If you think that about yourself, other people are going to think that about you too. It's like, why would we value you when you don't even really seem to value you? Like, you are valuable enough to be a part of humanity, of society, right? Like, because you exist. Like, nobody's meant to just be like ostracized and alienated and disconnected. If that was the case, you would have been the only person born on this earth, and you would have just been born on this earth alone and lived on this earth all alone and died alone. But that wasn't the case, was it? Okay, come through. Ooh-wee. I'm even just getting like our family structures, and family structures are different, you know, across cultures and things like that. But I'm getting that those two are very profound, like spiritual lessons and initiations that we go through. And I'm getting, for some of you, this 5 of Pentacles, it definitely comes from family, from upbringing. For some of you, growing up in poverty. For some of you, this is growing up, you know, with low self-esteem, not feeling valuable, maybe being the black sheep. Page of Cups, a little different. They're a little quirky, a little eccentric. You know, they're not someone that's necessarily following the norms per se. For some of you, you have amazing creative gifts inside of you. Oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. And maybe they weren't nurtured during your childhood there could be many reasons. Maybe your family just didn't have the money. It wasn't anything personal. You know, maybe if they had the money, they would have. But, you know, for some of you, that was it. For others of you, yeah, maybe it was just a little more self-centered and they just didn't care to invest for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't take it seriously. A lot of people don't take the arts very seriously. It's kind of sad in our society when you compare it to like other cultures and stuff who do prioritize the arts. But yeah, for some of you, I'm getting like, it was just more so of a cultural thing, especially if you grow up in America. It's just not a thing that's really like, yeah, people are telling you to go to school to fucking be an artist. Like, no one's telling you to do that shit. They're telling you to go to school to be a doctor, a fucking lawyer, shit, I don't know, you know, just like the basic ass shit. Like, so for some of you, this is about you nurturing your gifts, your talents. You might not feel good enough in them right now. That's fine. That's actually normal, okay? Especially when you're in the earlier stages of developing something. It's normal to feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't feel good enough like this. Ooh, I don't feel good enough. I don't feel, oh, it's coming. I feel like a fraud is what I was getting. So there's a bit of imposter syndrome that's coming through here as well. Why? Like, why? Maybe because you're a little late to your appointment. Ooh, that's going back to that analogy. For some of you, you're late to your appointment because you've been supposed to like gotten back to whatever this is. This, for many of you, is like a creative hobby or something. This is your new beginning, okay? Especially for those of you that feel like you've hit a wall, like with your business or with your career or something like that. And you just feel like, I don't know, you're not growing anymore or something like that. It may be time to pivot. It may be time to make a change. Pivot, the dramatic ass pivot too with the tower is like, psh, I'm gonna blow this shit up. Like, I'm gonna blow it up, like, and I'm gonna get back to the truth, to the core of who I am. And many of you, you're an artist. Like, you're an artist, you're creative, you're a healer, okay? You know, these are definitely different things that are associated with this Page of Cups. Ooh, big changes, big moves. The Tower is also change in the environment. I had mentioned this for someone, and someone had popped up in the comments. This was on the EXO Nicole readings that I did earlier in the month. But this card came up for one of the zodiac signs, and I was cautioning about like a house fire or something, and somebody in the comments actually confirmed that they did recently experience a house fire. So I'm very sorry if that is something anyone is dealing with. I can see a bit of displacement going on. Wow, I just got a whole other storyline that came through. Holy shit. So this may be very specific, but for some of you, I'm seeing this as like a refugee type of situation where you're like moving from like a different country to seek refuge elsewhere. I'm definitely seeing that because maybe there's like war or something going on here with the Tower. So this, you know, for those of us, you know, it's a privilege for many of us to be in spaces where we don't have to deal with things like that on a day-to-day basis. So for those of us that don't have to, this may be something we see more on a national, global scale, okay? In some cases too, the Tower, it can represent like a natural disaster, right? Those two can also misplace people. So look, I know this is a general reading. This isn't going to be the case for everybody because everybody's not going to be dealing with a fucking natural disaster. But, you know, for those of you that may be experiencing things of that nature, just sending my love to you, and, you know, just praying for your safety and your transition and stability during this time. Because I can see for someone out there, there's been something very destabilizing that has taken place. For others of you, like I said, this is about you shaking things up. This is about you going a different path here. We have the Queen of Swords coming through. Okay. So this is about getting serious too. I like this. Wasn't I talking about earlier about somebody that might be revisiting from the past here as well? So for some of you, I see with this Queen of Swords, you're kind of asserting a boundary here, or you may be dealing with someone You're kind of skeptical is what I see here with the Queen of Swords. I'm not really sure about them, okay? For some of you, this could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh, wow. Didn't see that. Okay. Ooh. Some of you, you are in a relationship with someone and it is based on, I don't want to say a trauma bond because I don't like using those terms incorrectly, especially when those are like real kind of psychological type of things. Just saw 2020 on the screen, so maybe that's some sort of confirmation there too. But I'm getting this Five of Pentacles for some of you as a trauma bond or whatever the correct word is. Let me not say that. But basically, like you and this person, how I'm viewing it, okay? So maybe it's not a trauma bond. You guys have a similar core wound. You have a shared core wound, and it has a lot to do with your self-esteem and what you feel like you're worth, how valuable you feel you are. So yeah, that would make sense why this person would be coming back to, this might be someone from your past, because you guys in the past, when you met or were in a relationship, and this could be any kind of relationship. I get for some of you, actually with the Page of Pentacles, it could definitely be a friend more than anything. But it could be any kind of relationship where, you know, when you guys first met and were together, whatever, hanging out, you guys were on a similar frequency. Okay, so back then, you might have been someone that did have struggled with some low self-esteem. Hey, you know, it's okay. It's human. You know, I have struggled with this. A lot of people do. And it's no shame in it. So like, you know, own your story as well. But also own the fact that that's not your story anymore with the Fool, that you have a new story here, that you have a new narrative, a new experience. So that's something to be mindful of with this person that comes back, because I get that they might suck you back into the old paradigm. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. 1 foot in the old paradigm, 1 foot out into the new paradigm. Ooh, baby. Better stop playing. Better stop playing. Gotta get all in, baby. For some of you to get all in, it does require you to have clearer boundaries, to be a little more firm, to, for some of you, be a little more communicative of what your expectations are or what you got going on, what you ain't finna deal with. I don't have time for this. The Queen of Swords is no nonsense. I don't know if I mentioned, for some of you, this could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that you might be connecting with. And then we also have a water sign. I think I mentioned earlier, the Page of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This might be some Mercury retrograde stuff too coming. I mean, I mentioned that earlier with someone from the past, but I see kind of like ebbs and flows in communication taking place this week. Maybe a little in and out. Even how I was talking about 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like somebody may even be kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out with you. Like as far as their communication is concerned, they might be a little dodgy or kind of like inconsistent. We've got the Hermit. You might be dealing with someone that kind of maybe a little more to themselves. Maybe you're feeling the need to kind of go within yourself and figure out, you know, what's up with you and this person that might be returning from the past. For some of you, this is about what's up with you and your healing that needs to take place, and this radical transformation that is wanting to take place within you. What is up with you in this dream of yours that you're wanting to revive? Page of Cups. What's up with it? That's what you're trying to figure out with the Hermit, okay? Take some time to meditate, take some time to journal, you know, do all those things. We have the Seven of Pentacles. This is for me, my Mercury retrograde card. You know, rest, reflect, review, you know, all of those things, okay? So that's essentially what he's doing. He's taking a review of, you know, everything he's accumulated thus far. So that may be what some of you are doing as well. as it pertains to a relationship, as it pertains to your own personal development and healing journey, as it pertains to your life purpose. Taking a pause and like, okay, what have I done? What have I kind of invested here that has worked? What doesn't work? Because some of you may be realizing that, you know, there are certain things that can be changed here. And then there are certain things that cannot. There are certain things that we must accept, is what I'm picking up on here as well. Ooh, I don't know if you saw that. Ooh, there's certain things that we must accept, okay? That's the world. This is the acceptance of the lesson. Oh my gosh, I wish you could see how this is lined up on the table. It's in a column with the 5 of Pentacles at the top, the Tower in the middle, and then the World at the bottom. Like I was saying, yo, this is the transformation here. It's through acceptance. And once again, I think that some of you are having to accept that something's not going any further. It's not. Maybe you have been racking your brain about why I can't get it past this stage, why we can't get past this space in our relationship, why we are always arguing about the same thing, why you're always having the same ass bullshit experiences that I'm hearing might be blowing up your life or derailing your life in some capacity. And then further reiterating kind of how you feel about yourself, this 5 of Pentacles. Feeling rejected, feeling abandoned, feeling isolated, feeling depleted. Transformation is in acceptance here with the World. A lot of this, I mean, hello, duh. Why have I not mentioned this yet? Not only do we have the sun shifting into Taurus this week on the 20th, but also on the 20th at 12:12 a.m., I believe that's Eastern Standard Time, we have the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, okay? So the World is definitely that, and this Tower energy too. It's like, wrap it up, you're late. I need to write that down. So whenever I'm off to the side, I'm writing down different downloads that I'm getting, because I also got to choose a title for this video. So you're late for your appointment, for your divine appointment, assignment, whatever you want to call it, but you're late. But you're about to, better late than never. Because for many of you, I will say with this World, you can be on this loop forever. Well, many of you, you're breaking free of this loop this week, actually. How empowering. Some of you are graduating. Congratulations. It is that time of the year, right? Yeah. Okay. Congratulations to you, my loves. Yeah, like wrapping up a chapter and entering into new commitments. For some of you, this is a new job that's on its way, especially if you've lost a job. We've got the Hierophant here as well. For some of you, this is, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is that next level that you weren't able to get to with one person, you're gonna be able to get to with this next person, okay? So for some of you that may have felt like, I invested a lot of time and energy into this relationship for it to not work out. I am like, what the fuck? But for many of you, I get that with the end of this relationship, with the end of this cycle, you're actually going to be meeting your, okay, you know, your lifelong person, your husband, your wife, okay? Or, you know, even just moving into a more serious commitment. For some of you, you feel like, man, I've just been single forever. Like, sure, I've been dating and stuff, but like I just haven't been in a serious relationship. For some of you, it's because you're entertaining past stuff, whether it's a past person or past patterns, okay? Where it's like, you've done this before and you know that didn't work for you. Why do you think it's gonna work for you now? We have the Page of Swords here. It's funny, I just felt the need to clear my throat. And this is a communication card, a card of messages. Someone may need to clear their throat. It's so funny. Somebody may literally be doing that when they're talking to you. Ooh, okay. So I'm getting, for some of you, it's, okay, this person, you're running into them out like in public, in a public space. And I don't know if it's like they're needing to get around you, reach around you, or they're like in your proximity for whatever reason. And it's like they have to clear their throat to make themselves known. Like, hey, I'm just trying to get by you or something like that. I don't know. And that may be how some of you are meeting someone. That's interesting. Okay. They could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming through. Okay. So this could be you or them. All right. Feeling very sexy, empowered, motivated, confident. You are reclaiming. Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, the way this is just lines up here. You are reclaiming your sense of power, okay? You're not small. This Five of Pentacles is someone who feels small, someone who feels insignificant. And I'm not saying you should go around just feeling like you're bigger and better than everybody, but you should be feeling bigger than you do, is something that I'm getting. Some of you, there's something about your energy that's kind of like shrinking, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, maybe a part of you knows like, yeah, like I'm the shit and I need to pop my shit and I need to, you know, really boost up my confidence. And, you know, it's okay for me to, you know, value my gifts and my talents and just who I am as a person. It's okay for me to love on myself in that way. It's okay for me to speak highly of myself. But then you're in this other space like, no, but I need to be humble and I need to be modest and, you know, all those things like, you know, I don't want to be cocky and da. It's like, please, baby, find your center somewhere. Find it, okay? And this could just be this week. And, you know, we've got the Mercury retrograde. So it's like the energies are kind of, whoop, they're in flux here. And we got this eclipse season too. So the energies are definitely going to be in flux. All right. For some of you, there is a job, like I said, a job opportunity, a new contract, a new relationship that's coming through. And this is leading you into the unknown is what I'm getting here as well with the moon. Okay. There may be elements of this path that is like, whoa, this is new to me. There may be elements of this path. Ooh, the moon being highlighted. So once again, the new moon eclipse in Aries, the Queen of Wands, very much giving me Aries vibes. Okay. So for some of you, you're going to be getting communication around this new moon, of whatever this offer is. For some of you, this is simply like you meeting someone and it may seem small. I just saw 3311 on the timer. It may seem small, but this person is going to play a pretty significant part in your life, whether it be a personal or professional relationship is what I am seeing here. Let's see. Anything else coming true? Anything else coming true? So we're gonna move on to some oracle cards. I'm really excited. My girl Tori, she bought me this beautiful new oracle deck. So I'm going to unbox it here for our reading this week. So this is the Wild Mystic Oracle deck, or oracle set as it says. All right. So I'm gonna pull, pull some cards from it to see, how it ties into our reading. I've got a couple of other oracle decks off to the side as well, so we'll just kind of incorporate them into the reading also. So here's the box, super cute. So it's funny. I added this to my Amazon wish list. I made a birthday wish list. I'm gonna link it in the description. Even though if you want to show me some birthday love. So my birthday was technically on Tuesday, April 11th, but I am still celebrating this weekend actually, and putting in a little work for y'all too. So I'm like, you can cash up your girl a little some. So I'll make sure to include that information in the description as well. But let's see what we got going on. I love this new moon in Aries. This eclipse seems really empowering. Ooh, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with Jupiter also being in Aries as well. Expanding our sense of self, expanding our sense of confidence, expanding our sense of faith and, you know, optimism and motivation here. You know, it's like, all right, let me do what I need to do. Let me take the action that I need to take. Let me get the ball rolling, right? And for some of you, it's in walking away from certain things, leaving behind certain things. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So I've just heard that some of you are like stuck at a certain age, and I'm not trying to be funny or mean or anything like that. Because it's actually a very real thing, and for many people can be related to trauma of some sort. But I'm getting that someone is like stuck at a certain age, and I'm just getting a message that over the next year, especially when you leave behind or just like really just consciously make that effort there to move on from something within the next year, like you are going to grow up like 5 years, 10 years or something like that within the span of the year. And I don't mean like physically you're gonna like look older or anything, but it's like spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you're gonna be a lot more mature is what I'm getting. Or you're going to be like your age, literally, you're going to just catch up with your age, okay? Because I'm getting that some of you is like, yeah, you might be a certain age, but it's like emotionally, mentally, you might be a little younger, okay? Or kind of stuck in a certain phase of your life. But I see that is coming to an end as well. That's interesting that message came through. But it would make sense too. Aries is the first of the zodiac, so very much baby energy. I'm baby, right? So I'm getting for some of you with this, we've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords coming through. I'm baby. And then literally what I was saying in the emotions and in the mind, the cups, Page of Cups is about the emotions. Okay, so there may be a little immaturity there. It might not, and I don't mean to say that as a slight, okay? I'm trying to find the right words to say that don't feel like I'm trying to be offensive. Because for some of you, I get that, yes, it's very much trauma induced. And for others of you, I'm getting that you just weren't taught these things. So it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to know, right? Right. So the Page of Cups is kind of that more, like I said, the younger emotional view of things. And then the Page of Swords is someone that's kind of young-minded, all right? But you do have the Queen of Wands here, which I like to see, which kind of, and the Queen of Swords, beautiful, which I do like to see, that kind of balances some things out. So this could even be, ooh, interesting, someone that you're dealing with, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You might be the queen and they might be the page. And the page is the child of the queen. And it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? You ain't my kid, but you over here acting like I'm supposed to be taking care of you or something. Right? You know, some of you could be dealing with someone who's very just emotionally, I heard stunted, okay? So they don't do emotions. That's not something, and granted, yeah, I'm sure trauma, their family didn't teach them these things. But as we become adults, it's our responsibility, okay? If we want healthy, thriving, functioning relationships, we've got to learn these skills, okay? Some of you, I'm talking to you, you don't know these skills, and that's okay. That's the first step in being like, okay, I need to learn. I need to grow here. I'm getting for some of you though, you know, it's this person or there's something trying to drag you like back. It's goddamn retrograde. It's the retrograde. You're going to see things totally different once Mercury goes direct. So don't make any major commitments. Don't commit to going back to anything from the past right now. Just don't. Not right now. See how you feel in May. Let's talk then. Okay. But yeah, I'm getting this person. They pull you back into being more childish or something like that. And it's probably because of the shared history. You know this person from childhood, or, you know, even like your young adulthood, you know, things like that, right? This could be like a college friend or something. Okay. Oh, look at that. Heal. And we've got the frog. So I learned one thing about frogs is they represent like detoxing. Okay, so for some of you, you may need to detox. There is some healing that is needing to take place. Healing, releasing, letting go, especially when it comes to that inner child there. I'm hearing you got to be realistic here. And the inner child, you know, imagination is a beautiful thing. You know, it can definitely serve us in manifesting what we want. But the imagination can also have a bit of a shadowy side as well. And I'm seeing for some of you, maybe you've allowed the imagination to kind of take you into that shadowy side where you feel like, oh, just off of pure intention and good vibes, I can manifest things in my life. Like, no, you actually have to put in the work. You got to put in the work. And that's one thing the Queen of Wands knows. It's like, baby, you got to take that action. Okay. Got to take that action. You can have all the dreams and all the ideas in the world, but if you ain't taking no action on it, that's all that's going to be is a dream and an idea. What you scared of? Rebirth. Okay, we got the snake coming through here. That's why I have my snake tattoo. A lot of people, you know, they give the snake the bad rap. You know, no animal on this planet is evil. God created all animals. That's just certain religious beliefs, doctrines have implanted this idea within us that snakes are evil, and they're not. They're just a fucking animal, just like a goddamn panda bear or a deer or a fucking dog or some shit. So here, I like in this deck that it represents rebirth because, you know, as we know, a snake sheds its skin, and that's what you're needing to do. You're needing to shed skin with the Page of Cups. You're not a child anymore. And I'm not saying that like, oh, you gotta be disconnected from your inner child and da-da-da-da. Like, no, you have to be fully integrated is what I'm seeing. And many of you are just acting from the space of the child and you're needing to integrate the mother is what it is, okay? So that's what's rebirthing in some of you is the mother, all right? We are seeking wholeness here. And we are not just one part. We are not just the inner child. Okay, that's a part of us, but we are not just that. Okay, Spirit said this is a wrap with these. So I want to pull. Okay, just from this one. I had another one, but they're just saying to use 2 oracle decks. So we have heal and rebirth taking place, which this new moon is going to help you with that. The solar eclipse, this eclipse season in general. Like I said, this is playing out until like the full moon eclipse in May as well. So, you know, over these next couple of weeks. But when we're talking about eclipses, these energies can be with us for months at a time, okay? They're very powerful energies. So especially for those of you with personal planets, particularly rising signs in Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer. Okay, and then if you have like other personal planets in those zodiac signs, you might be a little more affected here by these eclipses. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? Yes, you are the healer, the mother. That's what the mother does. She heals, she nurtures, right? So that's what some of you are, you're coming into this. This is about you doubting your abilities here as well. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I don't really know. This is about being in your authority. Everyone has something that they can be in their authority over, okay? We all have a skill. We all have a gift. We all have a talent. It's just about you figuring out what that is, recognizing the power in you having that, and fucking running with that shit, okay? So I'm getting, this is time for you to really like come into your authority with your gifts, okay? With your skills, with your talents. You're not the page anymore. You're not the apprentice anymore. And it's not to say that you just stop learning, no. But it's time for you to recognize you've learned a lot, okay? You have learned a lot. For some of you, this is about life school. It's not even about like a business or your career or some shit. This is about relationship stuff where you have learned a lot, okay? Now it's time for you to shed the skin of being the child and feeling like you need to keep on learning and keep on repeating the same lessons for some of you. And it's like, all right, it's time to grow up here. Time to be the queen of swords, right? It's time to make more rational decisions here, more logical decisions. It's time to assert my boundaries. It's time to express myself clearly. It's time for me to talk is cheap. I heard talk is cheap. It's time to align my actions with what I be talking about, right? That's what a leader does. That's the difference between a leader, or this is leader, yeah, a leader and a follower, okay? That's the difference. The leader is living it. They're not just fucking talking about it. And it's not to say that talking about it is not an important stage of this either, because it is. It's a necessary stage. But they're living it. They're embodying it. So that they can lead and guide and kind of set an example for others. Ashe. Get ready. Some of you are finna... Look, I want to make more money. Well, here's that raise. Here's a raise. It's a little more responsibility, but here you go. Here's that money you asked for. Like, I just want my business to have more exposure. Well, here's your moment. Here's the opportunity. Are you going to talk yourself out of it and tell yourself how you're not good enough and no, maybe you should choose somebody else? Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest call? Warrior man, you know, look, these readings for anybody. Have you answered your deepest calling? Maybe for some of you, that calling is to lead, is to step up, is to lead, is to heal, is to help others create change and shift in their lives, to guide them through the process of rebirth. This is deep. Leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. This card keeps coming up with the Fool. It keep on coming up. You're like, alrighty, all right, you gonna do it or what? Then we got this full moon, how I was emphasizing the full moon coming up in a couple of weeks. Some of you, it's like something coming in these next couple of weeks. And you asked for it, you prayed for it, you set these intentions, you know, spoke these words of affirmation over yourself, and boom, it comes in here for some within these next couple of weeks. And what you gonna do with it? Like I said, are you going to talk yourself out of it and get into this Five of Pentacles space of sabotaging something that you are more, I'm hearing you're more than qualified for. I'm getting for some of you, you're overly qualified for this shit. Okay, so that whole imposter syndrome shit, that's what's got you fucked up, and that's what's got you late for your divine assignments. Okay, so it's time for you to recognize who the fuck you are, what the fuck you working with, the power you got, the protection you got, the guidance, the anointing you got, all of that is time. Okay, so with that being said, my loves, I'm gonna wrap up this reading here. I gotta go head out to dinner with my friends for my birthday, so I'm gonna go do that. But I hope you guys have a beautiful week ahead. If this reading resonated at all, please leave me a comment. I need y'all to engage with me here on this channel. It's really, really important for me to grow my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please, don't know why you haven't done that already. Go ahead and do it. Thank you so much. If you would like a personal reading with me, that information is below in the description box as well. Buy some conjure supplies from your girl, book an astrology reading, tarot reading, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram at themysticmodel. But until next week, my loves, I hope you guys have a beautiful week ahead. Sending you love. Take care. Bye.